Back in the garage, guys. Welcome back to the channel. So I know a lot of you guys have been asking about the EJ2, and it's right here in the driveway. The car was parked over there for a while because I had customer's car here I had to take care of. So I got both of Billy's car and a third car out last week, and the CRX is back there and the coupe is back here in the driveway. Now last week I painted the fenders on the EJ2, and it was more of a how do you say it, kind of like a test run to use the Harbor Freight gun, just learning air pressure, distance, speed, all of that jazz with painting to see how well I can lay this paint down. Now this was the first shot. This came out really nice. I think I was shooting at 23 psi on this end, and then on the other side I shot a little higher, and this side has a little more wrinkle. You can see it right there in the image, but it's not all distorted. It's still nice and glossy. So I may keep it down to about 20-25, and spray pattern, speed, and all that was exactly the same on both ends, but fenders are painted, guys. Now as far as paint goes for the rest of the car, I am doing it in sections. It's not ghetto. It's just because I don't want a bigger wet surface to worry about dust flying all over it while it's drying, given that I do have a dirt yard, and I also live right here in front of the creek. So the smaller the surface area for paint to dry, the less dust I have to worry about. And what I'm going to do again with the painting of the panels, I'm going to try to shoot like right here towards the car. So one day I'll do the passenger side on this end. When the car is dried, flip it around, paint the driver's side on this end, and then you know, so on and so forth. But we are still looking for a hood. We are still looking for a front bumper. I haven't gone to the junkyard. I missed the 50% off and all of that, but there hasn't been any 92, 95 Civics in the yard, so sourcing parts may be kind of harder. Not sure if I'm gonna paint today, but I definitely want to do the roof and the trunk, and then work on the side of the cars throughout the week. I did go to Home Depot, got some mixing cup, got some more tape and mixing stick, as well as butane for my soldering iron. Then went to the P.O. box, got a mail right here, which I opened right now. So we got this mail right here from RJ Morales. I believe it says Accelerated, and based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Now we have a giant note right here, guys, and I'm gonna try to read through this real quickly. I hope I pronounced Accelerated correctly. X-I-L-L-E-R-A-T-E-D. Yo, Static, hopefully you recognize the Accelerated. Probably not with all the comments and whatnot, but every now and then I'll leave a comment on your video. I followed you with my old channel back then, but it was all over the place, so I gave up and joined the army. I recently picked up on a new channel, Accelerated, because you inspired me to keep going. You're one of the few YouTubers that did not need a homie that was already well off on YouTube to get where you're at. I love what you do and been a supporter since your Rust-Oleum EF sedan days. Man, every time you guys bring up EF sedan, I'm kind of itching for another one. I love what you do and been a supporter since your Rust-Oleum EF sedan days when I was trying to learn how to spray and managed to stumble upon your channel. So I've seen the growth over the years. Keep up the good content. I hope we can meet up one day and stay Accelerated. P.S. The large slap in Japanese says, do what you love and stay excited. It was my reminder whenever my depression kicks in since I lost my dream being a soldier too soon. But that's a whole nother story. Again, love the content and keep up, bro. Keep your head up. And if you guys want to check out his H22 Accord CD5 build, I'll put his Instagram right here on the front. And also check out his channel too. I appreciate these stickers, man. Y'all already know one of these is going to go on the toolbox. But actually, you know what? It's not gonna go in the toolbox. I'm gonna go pull out this plexi real quick, probably gonna cut it to shape, hang it up, and show you guys where all the new stickers are gonna be headed to. So I have this old acrylic piece right here that I used to cut a back piece from my H22 CRX hatch, and these are just left over. I think this right here is a perfect width for you know, hanging up right here in the back. One, it keeps all this from falling out, and two, I can add all the stickers right here so you guys can see it whenever I come around this corner. But I'm gonna do some measurements real quick. Respect all builds. I'm gonna put you right there. Check them out. Driven Films, and probably gonna put the bigger one just so it's more visible. So let's peel this off real quick. I'm gonna put this one right here because it's more visible, given that this background is white, the sticker is white. Put that right there. Damn it. Also got this in the mail right here. Now, I've been wanting to buy this for a while now. It's from Michael Furrick. So they had a sale going on for 4th of July. Save about 12 bucks buying this kit. Now, I needed this anyways because my other one broke, right? This is for a 332nd tungsten. And in here is the FUPA 12 cup glass and ceramic. I wanted to try these out because I've never used anything more than a 10 cup. So I went ahead and just bought this. Now it said I required the kit for the 17 torch, which is mine right here, and this is the kit for that. So right here we have one FUPA ceramic cup, 12, and then we have one glass. Yeah, I'm really excited to try these on some stuff to come that I'm going to be welding for a couple of my friends, and really want to see how well this works over the 10 that I've been using. So I also need to get a new gas line because this one, you can see, was burned in so many different places. Not sure how, but it has been, and it's been losing a lot of gas. So I need to get that changed out as well so we can make this work as efficiently as it's supposed to, and looking forward to it. Alright guys, so what I wanted to do today is, if you guys remember a couple of videos ago, I scored a GSR short block from the Junkyard, which is right here, and I don't know the condition of it. It didn't seem like it had any type of burr, like metal, rod bearing, stuff like that in the oil pan, but the cylinder head was not on it when I got to it, so I don't know the condition of it, and obviously it came from the Junkyard. So what I wanted to do was get this block, made it with a cylinder head and then a flywheel, so I could slap a transmission on it and try to do a compression test just to see what kind of numbers this block is pushing out. Because if you guys know, my sleeve short block is in the shop right now. Today I got off the phone with Knock, which is July 9th, and they're waiting for the piston to come in. Now I'm hoping that once the piston comes in, assembly should take no more than 4 hours, as I was told. So the goal is, if I don't get a short block back by mid-July, I want to slap in a stock GSR block with a stock GSR head in the all-wheel drive CRX, turn it up E85 just for race wars, and then I don't care what happens to the engine after that, because then I'd have my sleeve motor, and this is a built head that I'm going to be throwing on there as well too. So what I'm trying to do is, I took an old head gasket that was not blown. I just swapped the head gasket anyways, just because the engine was out of the car. And I did a lot of layers of copper spray on it just to give it a little bit more layer. I'm not obviously going to turn the car on, so this technique that I'm doing should work just fine. And I'm going to use that, made a head on this block, throw a flywheel transmission on it, and then I want to do a compression test. Now between this block and the one that's under the rack over there, whichever one of the two has better compression, that block is the one I'm going to use as a backup in case my sleeve block don't come back in, so we can get the CRX ready for race wars and hopefully make some good numbers off of it. Okay guys, so I took the Junkyard GSR, slapped it on the engine stand here because I wanted to flip this over and kind of inspect the inside of the block before I seal the oil pan, and I mean obviously to seal oil pan as well too, because it'd be kind of hard to do it when it's sitting on the dolly, right? So I want to inspect the inside for metal shavings and stuff. I do kind of see some coolant down there. You can see all that shiny, that's like coolant slash water. Now the rods look good, feels good, because it doesn't shift around as if a rod knock block would do. When a rod knock happens, typically the bearing loses material and then the rod becomes super loose on the crank. These don't move at all, and the crank itself moves really freely, so that's good to know for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to clean out the block with all the water that's still inside of it, and probably douse some oil on here, probably put some oil in there, crank this a few times, you know, get oil circulated through here real quick. The pickup screen itself doesn't have any shavings in there whatsoever, so that's good news, as well as the pan. And then pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal this back up. I think I have a gasket somewhere. Yeah, this one right here. This has like maybe 50 miles on it. $190. $180. $130. $190. All right guys, so we did a compression test on the GSR motor. 3 good cylinder, 1 kind of low, and I was gonna do it again right now just to see for whatever reason it changes. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a cap of oil in that cylinder right here. I believe it's this cylinder, and see if it's the piston rings. Now if the compression goes up, the piston rings are, you know, wearing down obviously, because the oil seals the ring to prevent compression or air to bypass the rings into the block. And if it doesn't go up in compression from the original readings, then it has something to do with the head, valves, valve seals, so on and so forth. 1 cap in this cylinder right here. God damn. Now when the rings are sealed, that's what it's supposed to do. Jump way up there like that. So if I did oil in every other cylinder, it'll do exactly like this right here. So maybe the ring in this one is just more worn out than the other 3. So the rings possibly are bad, because if anything in the head is not sealing, it wouldn't read or shouldn't read this high. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, this Junkyard motor definitely has some good compression, just not enough to convince me to use this block in that car. So obviously I'm going to have to perform this on the other short block, which is right here, right? And I'm almost certain I've done that before. I just don't have any picture, or I don't know which video I did it on. Obviously it was in a video where I took the head off of that, and installed it on the B20 VTEC. So I'm gonna have to go back through a lot of videos to see if I did do the compression test on that motor or not. If I didn't, then again I'm gonna repeat this process on that one. But this Junkyard motor definitely has over 100 compression, and if it came down to it, if I have to, I'll use it, because the one in the CRX right now has 90 in cylinder number 2. So this is definitely a lot better, and it's 81, so I can turn it up a little bit more than what the B20 can handle. And maybe we'll just use this to get by for Race Wars August 17th. But that is going to do for this video, guys. A lot to come with the coupe real soon. I'm going to be painting it this week, sections at a time. So definitely stick around for that one. If you guys are interested in sticking around to see how I go about painting this car, hit the subscribe button. You guys know the rest of the deal. But thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.